Hello and welcome back to Ashland High School. I'm Carl Mogline as the Ashland Grizzlies trail the Eagle Point Eagles 20-31 as in this Midwestern League clash. And the Eagle Point Eagles will inbound, the Ashland Grizzlies will inbound the ball. Jeremiah Hasenkamp will inbound for the Grizzlies. It's Hasenkamp, Shibley, Ellis, Malcolm, and Jones. Shibley hands up to Jones up high. Jones, and collapsing down is Hasenkamp. He looks to be okay, but he dropped down, and now saying he's okay, but that looks bad when you're watching a basketball game and you do see someone collapse like that. And Feinberg is going to come up. Coach Greg wants Hasenkamp to just take a quick seat, make sure that ankle's okay, and Jones will inbound. Jones, 7:50 now remaining. Jones to Shibley. And they call a backcourt violation as the ball goes to Shibley. He catches it seemingly in the backcourt, but they still call it. 20-31. And 7:49 to go. 20-31. Soul, the leading scorer with a 3-3 so far tonight. And it'll bring Brought to the other side to Barber. Barber tried, and they try to squish it inside. And as Soul goes to the ball and as it goes inside, they're gonna call the foul, and it's gonna go against. And they will go against Soul on that one.
Foul on Soul.
So the Grizzlies still trail by 11. They look to get something done, but the most they got done in the first half, they got it done with a younger lineup, not their starters. Now we'll see where they try to get offense from here. Here's Feinberger all the way across to Shibley. Oh! And as he pump fakes the three, a Eagles player comes flying in, and Walker Shibley flips him as he goes over the back of Shibley as he goes for the block. Player still down. I'm looking for confirmation of who it is. Possibly senior Wyatt Hunter. It could be Hunter. I cannot quite tell, and I'll keep you updated on this situation. What happened? Walker Shibley pumped the shot and then went to drive. On the other side, you had what looks to be Hunter driving in at full speed, and the end result is Hunter flipping over Shibley and collapsing to the ground. They seem to be looking at his head, and as we continue to see, concussions are a major issue. Medical is attending him. They're getting water as well as other things over to him, and it does seem to be some form of head injury, and it does seem to be senior guard Wyatt Hunter. So far, he has 1 point on the night, and that was all after he stripped the ball and came down, almost got the bucket, ended up shooting foul shots and only making the first part of them. And he is being treated now. We still have the player on the floor, but good play by Shibley to make the pump fake. Good sign of life. Shibley's the guy you want to see get going for this team. He has big games often. 21 against Crater. That was their biggest win so far of the season, possibly, in the league play over Crater, a team who's 4-2 in league play. Now we take a minute to look at the Midwestern League standings. Churchill leads at 5-0, 10-6 overall. They are 10th ranked in the OSAA, but still lead the Midwestern League. The top two will make it straight into the playoffs out of this Midwestern League. 6 teams, number 3 through 6, have to play play-ins. In a 17 league, that means Ashland is almost guaranteed a play-in, and if they are ranked 3rd or 4th in this league, they will get a home playing game. Right now, it goes Churchill, Springfield, Crater, and Marist and Ashland, both at 2 and 3. That could be interesting because that is the bubble of 4 at 4 and 5. That could determine a home playing game, but the Grizzlies need to pick up wins against teams like Eagle Point, who's just 1-4 in conference play so far. Their only victory over North Eugene is sitting in the cellar at 0-5 with only 1 win on the season. The Grizzlies do rank 4th overall in OSAA ranks. The slightly controversial rankings that use a variety of computer metrics to determine the seeding of OSAA brackets. But they have switched it from just those making it in from the seeding. They do now have the full set of each league has a certain allotment, and then the seeding is determined by that, which seems to be a better system, a better compromise from years past. They are still attending Hunter on the ground. This does not look good, as both teams are trying to get something out of this time they have. With Coach Greg, 11 points is the deficit for the Grizzlies. We are now at 7:23 in this quarter, and so there is a good amount of time, 15 minutes and 23 seconds, to gain back the 11 points they trail. The Grizzlies do have the offensive firepower in multiple different players. You look at Shipley, who goes off in multiple games we've already talked about. He's gone, career high was 28 against Hidden Valley. And Colin Malcolm is very consistently double-digit point scorer. He has 19 against North Eugene, 16 against Churchill, 13 against Crater. Those two have 5 points combined on the night, so you want to hope that those two will get going. The only player with more than 3 points is Jake Hansen with 6, and he's just a sophomore, not the type of guy you expect to carry this team, like these leadership guys who are Shipley and Malcolm. Those are the two to watch for, and it does seem like they're going to get Hunter off the floor soon. He's a bandage wrapped around his head, and they are clearing the floor of what hopefully is not blood, but sadly might be, as they can. And yes, it is, and it does look like it was a very bad crash to the head. A sad scene here in Ashland High School, as senior guard Wyatt Hunter, he's a 6-foot guard, goes down. The Grizzlies trail 20-31 here. 7:23 remaining in the third quarter. We've just started this half and already have a long pause. They're cleaning up, and luckily being only at Eagle Point is a nice advantage. So much of this lead comes from Eugene. That would be a much longer bus ride home, going all the way to Eugene than to Eagle Point, which is only a roughly 45-minute drive. And they'll bring him up somehow to his feet. And excuse me, I was wrong. It isn't Wyatt Hunter. It'll be David Barber, also a senior, but he's 5'11". He does have 7 points on the night, so it's a much bigger loss for this Eagles squad. So Barber heads off with his head wrapped up. The foul will still be called on Barber after it was clearly a foul as he tried to go in against Shipley. The ball should be Grizzly ball after the foul, but it was not a shooting foul, so definitely will be Grizzly ball. And it does seem they were wrapping his head as well as cleaning the floor for blood. So likely a concussion, and also as well as the exterior one. This is not a pretty situation. Grizzlies will inbound. They quickly go. Looks like Coach Greg is going to try to quickly get a play in before we go and play. Coach Greg talking to his 5. McCain Ellis, the single sophomore, along with Malcolm and Feinberg, seniors, and the junior backcourt of Jones and Shipley. And the Grizzlies will be inbounding from the baseline under their attack, under the basket they are attacking. A good play by Shipley that drew that foul, but a bad outcome. Feinberg will be inbounding, and it actually be coming from the corner, not the baseline. And Feinberg looks to inbound. Set up are the Eagles in what looks to be a man coverage situation. We'll see. Coach Greg trying to talk to the refs, trying to figure it out. Then they're saying there's no foul. The refs are saying no foul somehow, which seems inexplicably bad after while a dangerous play, yes, definitely a foul. A blatantly bad call from the ref. Somehow no foul called on Barnett, and still 1 foul on the game on the half so far by the Eagles. Shipley finds Feinberg. Feinberg up high, tries to get it going, can't even get to the rim. It goes off the backboard, but as Feinberg gets the rebound, he'll get fouled, and it'll be Soul with the foul. He has 9 points to lead, but in all 3 on 3-pointers so far tonight. Inbounding will be Feinberg, a similar situation from where we just came out of. Feinberg inbounding, Walker Shipley the motion, but they get it to Malcolm. Malcolm, quick jumper, no good. Rebound, and McCain Ellis will tip it out of bounds, and Soul will bring it in, handing it off to Castro. Castro dribbles up the floor, 7 minutes remaining in the quarter. A slow start to this quarter after the injury to Barber. Here's Shelton. Shelton brings it along to Bennett. Corner is Castro, who's into act high, up to Bennett. Now it's 33, Ethan DeVore. Back over to Bennett. Bennett, and the foul is called on Feinberg. And it'll be a blocking foul called on Feinberg. The first so far in the half for the Grizzlies, and Feinberg's first foul on the night. No Grizzly except for Malik Pippa above a single foul. As for the Eagles, foul trouble could be a problem here as we head in. You've got 3 fouls on Reed, 4 on Bell, and a pair of fouls on a couple other guys. Here's Soul. Soul looking for Castro. Castro high. They bring to Shelton. Bennett. Bennett tough D by Feinberg. Now back Soul. Soul being guarded by Malcolm. And it'll be moved to DeVore. DeVore only at 4. Many expected more from him tonight. Castro looking to Soul. Soul sends it down to Bennett. Bennett. And it's back up high to Shelton. Malik Pippa will be in for the Grizzlies as he comes to the scorer's table to check in. The play continues. The Eagles with the ball. It's Castro now. Grizzlies trail by 11. Oh, and as the ball is sent inside to Shelton, they call McCain Ellis for the reach-in. Oh, and once again, these refs seemingly have some calls that have not been leaning. Coach Gregg not getting the calls he wants so far in this one. And it's Soul up high. Soul moves it down to Reed. And even though, DeVore shuffles his feet, moves in, and they call the hold on Shipley. And no travel called on DeVore. Once again, the refs seemingly missing a fairly obvious call. Ball moves up to Castro. Coach Gregg of the Grizzlies needs to be careful. Doesn't want to get a T. And it's Soul up high. Soul to Bennett. Bennett back high to Shelton. Now Castro. Castro pivots. Over to Shelton. Shelton. Now it's DeVore. DeVore guarded by Shibley. It's up to Soul. Soul. Brings it around to Bennett. Grizzlies and Mandy. Back high to Bennett. Now it's sent to Shelton. Here's Castro. Castro high to Soul. 5 minutes remaining. The Eagle Point continues to hold on the ball. Just killing time now. The Grizzlies looking to need to go into some type of pressure to get the ball away from the Eagles. Otherwise, they're going to see all they want. 20-31. Now 20 points for Ashland, 31 for the Eagles. The Grizzlies need to get something going because they have gotten nothing so far this half. This half has gone with the big play where Barber runs into Shibley as Shibley pumps the 3. No foul called somehow. That's a big shocking call if you ask me and if you ask Coach Gregg, as well as most people must have thought that was a foul, with the refs continuing to seemingly lead. A couple calls from the Eagle Point there. We'll see if that does change. And shout out to the rock band tonight who's playing. It does alternate between rock and jazz band, but tonight it is a rock band coming here. The rock band made up of four Grizzly upperclassmen, and of course the band leader, Mr. Chase, playing at the games. The girls' games have the normal school band, while the boys' games either have the jazz or rock band, depending on the night. And it'll be DeVore. DeVore up high to Bennett. Bennett will face some pressure. Hands off to DeVore. DeVore seams the seam, and they try to move it in, and it somehow bounces out to Castro. Castro. Back. Now it's high to Bennett. Bennett with the ball. Hands it off to DeVore. DeVore sends it across the court to Castro. Castro. And they call the contact on John Jones. Fouls starting to pile up a little bit on the Grizzlies. That's 4 now. 4:21 remaining. 31-20. Still no scoring in this half. It's inbounded, and the Eagles have it. Here's Bennett. Bennett finds DeVore. DeVore will be pressured by Jones. Now it's Bennett, who hands off to Castro. Castro defended by Jones. The Grizzlies stay in the zone defense. It's down low, put up and it'll be knocked in by Shelton. Shelton now has 4 on the night, and the Eagle stretched their lead to 13, 20 to 33, 30-51. Pippa with the